The moment you start explaining yourself, you can feel it. Something shifts. It's subtle, almost invisible, but the other person feels it instantly. And from that moment, you're no longer in control. Let me show you something. A few months ago, a guy named Alex was sitting in a meeting. Nothing unusual. Same office, same people, same routine. Everything was normal until his manager said something. "Alex, I think you've been slacking lately." It wasn't loud. It wasn't aggressive, but it landed hard. For a second, Alex froze because he knew it wasn't true. He had been working late, putting in more effort than anyone else. So naturally, he reacted, "No, that's not true. I actually stayed late yesterday, and I finished." And right there, he lost. Not because he was wrong, but because he started explaining. His voice changed. His tone became defensive. His words started rushing. And everyone in that room felt it. They didn't analyze it logically. They just sensed it. Something about him felt weaker. Now imagine the same moment. Same accusation. Same room, but a different response. "Alex, I think you've been slacking lately." This time, Alex doesn't rush. He looks at his manager, holds eye contact, says nothing for a few seconds, just silence. And suddenly, the room feels different. The manager shifts slightly, clears his throat. Not always. Just recently, it seems like now the manager is explaining. Now the pressure has shifted, and Alex hasn't even said anything yet. This is something most people never understand. Power is not in what you say. It's in how you respond. The moment you defend yourself, you unknowingly accept a role. The role of someone who needs approval. And the other person? They become the judge. This idea goes back centuries. Machiavelli wrote about power in a way most people still struggle to accept. He didn't talk about fairness. He talked about perception, about control, about how people actually behave, not how they should behave. And one thing was clear. The person who controls the frame controls the outcome. When you explain yourself, you step into someone else's frame. You try to prove your worth inside their perspective. And that's a losing game. Because here's the truth. Most accusations are not about facts. They're about emotion, control, ego, insecurity. Think about it. Have you ever tried explaining yourself to someone and they just didn't listen? You gave logic. You gave proof. You made it clear. And still, nothing changed. That's because they weren't looking for truth. They were looking for a reaction. And you gave it to them. Now here's where it gets interesting. This behavior doesn't come from nowhere. It's learned. As kids, we were taught to explain ourselves. If something went wrong, we had to justify it. "I didn't mean to. It wasn't my fault. I can explain." And when the explanation worked, we felt safe. So your brain learned something very dangerous. Explaining equals safety. But in the real world, that rule doesn't work anymore. Because now, people don't just hear your words. They read your energy. And when you explain too quickly, too emotionally, too desperately, it signals something. Not truth. Weakness. Now, don't misunderstand this. This doesn't mean you should never speak. It means you should never react. There's a difference. A reaction is emotional. A response is controlled. Let's go back to Alex. After that meeting, something changed. He started observing more, speaking less, reacting slower. One day, someone in the office joked, "Alex always overthinks everything." Before, he would have laughed it off or explained himself. This time, he just looked at them, paused, then said calmly,